Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Reptiles. Now you may ask why we are looking at an aquarium right now, and that is because of our matamata turtle. Turtles in general are reptiles, so that's why we're viewing him today. And we've been getting a lot of requests on care guides for these guys, so we're going to go ahead and do that for you today. The little fish you see swimming around, those are guppies. Those are his food. So matas, they originate from Amazon in northern South Africa, as well as multiple other places. The scientific name on this, and bear with me guys, is the Celius fimbratia. I hope I pronounced that right. Leave me a comment down below if I pronounced that correct. And the main diet on these guys, as you can tell by the guppies swimming around, are live fish. These guys don't do really well with frozen food or pellets like some of your red ear sliders and stuff like that. These guys eat live fish and vertebrates and even small mammals as these guys are adults. But we feed them guppies because guppies breed really fast. But it's funny because Mata here, even though Mata is a juvenile, and yes, we named it Mata. How original, right? But we breed out guppies, but Mata will only go for the adults, hence why there's no coloration in here. We actually just moved a bunch of males in here and they're all gone. Mata is a little chunkers. These guys can grow up to 1.5 feet, and they can weigh up to 38 pounds. Don't let that little neck deceive you. That neck comes out a long ways, so when you handle these guys, you want to make sure to grab them by the back because they can swing that head around. I do like it because the head on these guys, because it looks like a leaf, they blend in very, very well. And we actually just helped Mata. Mata's been having kind of a rough shed. We're not sure why, so we pulled Mata out and helped him remove some of his stuck shed. So he's hiding now. He wasn't a fan of it. Lifespan on these guys, average in captivity is about 15 years, but they can live up to 40 years. The tank size for these guys is actually pretty insane. So this tank right here is actually a 50-gallon lowboy, and adults need up to a 100 to 150-gallon tank. But as you can see, there's not, like, this tank isn't full. And that's because these guys, so as juveniles, they only need about 4 inches of water. As adults, right around 8 inches of water. They are fully aquatic, but they are air breathers, so they do need to come up. Now, the Mata turtle, they have pretty poor eyesight, and so a lot of the time, so when they eat, they actually go off of the vibrations. So you see how guppies are moving around and they're disturbing the water. The Mata turtle will actually feel that in the water, and they can actually pinpoint it. And man, it is insane to watch these guys eat, because you know, when you flick the water and there's that suction, like it's just like, and the guppy's gone in the blink of an eye. Now, a little bit about this tank here. We have an aquascape that comes actually out of the water with living plants. We put nets in here to hold the substrate, but it goes clear down to the bottom, so that these plants are always getting water. We have a couple pieces of driftwood over here. We want to give the Mata lots of places to hide. And then we also do have rocks for the Mata to come out and bask, hence the basking bowl. This is a 200-watt heater. We did go with the one with the protective sleeve on that. I actually recommend that for most aquariums, and that's just because it protects the fish, whether you have plecos or turtles or whatever, from burning themselves on the heater itself. This is a submersible pump here. This is a filter that we use, and you can see it's really quiet, and that's because where the Mata turtle comes from, there's not a lot of flow. This actually pushes water all the way down. It hits, comes around, and then comes back around. So it actually filters really nicely. You don't want to do like a canister filter or anything like that, just because the motto turtle can't handle that kind of flow. Environment, so these guys do come from a muddy, marshy type of land. We have pea gravel in here, and the motto turtle likes it very, very much. The temperature of the water itself should be about 80 to 90 degrees. Look at it, all the babies are like, I'm safe if I'm around him. So we have the heater set between 30 or 80 and 90 degrees, not 30. And then they do need a basking spot, just like all turtles do, and hence the rock there. And their basking spot should be about 90 degrees, 80 to 90. They are tropical. This should have anywhere between a 75 and 150 watt bulb, and that is depending on the age of the motto turtle itself. Now, these guys are a threatened species. From the research I've done with these guys, there's not a whole lot of captive bred motto turtles. There hasn't been a lot of success in it, so they are a threatened species in their homeland. So the price of these guys has drastically gone up, especially in the last few months. There's a lot of turtles that actually just went on the CITES list and protected species list. So be mindful of that. If you do want a motto turtle, they're absolutely awesome to have. They are a little expensive when it comes to feeding, but if you get your own colony of feeder guppies or feeder mollies or anything like that, then you should be good to go. Now, breeding for these guys actually come out of the water. When it comes to breeding, they'll actually go off into the forest, and they lay between 12 and 28 eggs. The incubation period can be about 200 days, and the male will actually entice the female out of the water to come and mate. But yeah, these guys are so cool. Price range on this, we kind of touched base on this a little bit, but they are going up in price. I think the cheapest I've ever seen them was about $190, but these guys can go clear up to about $700. And when you talk about these guys, they do have, they're a lot more demanding than most of your other turtles, but who doesn't love that face? I mean, that is just a gorgeous turtle. I would show you the bottom. I don't want to disturb him since we just had him out and we're messing with him. But if you are looking for an amazing turtle, then motto turtles are definitely the way to go. But yeah, I wanted to throw out a video today. I am heading out of town later today for a funeral, and so I wanted to do a video quick before I left. This is a turtle that is in my private collection. It is not in my store. We actually got him. Oh man, we've had him for about a year. Man, it's crazy. And he's actually grown quite a bit since we first got him. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for everybody, for all the new subscribers. Our channel is quickly growing. And as always, guys, love your family, but love your reptiles more.